I was not a fan of the animation at all. Like, literally at all. Even though it was based on Jim Lee's models, it did not look like Jim Lee's art. It did not ever look like the full illustration, the penciling, and the inking of Jim Lee. So it didn't work for me. That rhymed. I had to play the game. Bars! Hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. It all looks good as long as nothing was hidden from us. And we were only should have showed the good bits in the trailer. This should be great.
It's woke already. Hey, what's woke about this, man? It's been up for about 5 minutes. It's already woke.
Post comments down below. Let me know what you all think. Are you an excited X-Men fan like me? Or are you not?
Why is it woke?
Or are you excited yet skeptical like me? Or are you just skeptical, period? Are you like, they ain't gonna do nothing but put out another big old piece of trash like Madam Web or something? Or the Marvels? Or Secret Invasion? Or Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania? 10 million subscribers. Woo!
Alright, what's woke about? Where is it? That finger, go on. Jeremy, tell me why it's woke.
What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are talking about X-Men 97. Everybody is excited for X-Men 97 after seeing the trailer, after seeing the marketing, after seeing the nostalgia all over the place. Everyone is loving it. Well, at least the uninitiated are loving it, because if you've been paying attention to Disney, Marvel, Lucasfilm, Pixar, anything they've been doing for the last several years, well, you probably know that there's a lot of some pretty good stuff in here. Some of the animation bothered me, and some of the character models, like, not that they're bad, but like Rogue, I didn't think looked great. I just think there was something about like the background animations were pretty good, but the character models didn't seem to line up with it at all times. That's just me. As someone that loved the animated series, obviously you have Storm, which, listen, as I said, I know she had the mohawk in the comics. That is not why Disney is going with the SJW haircut. It's just not. It's just not. But again, you know, a lot of people looked at it and said, "Hey, man, I'm really looking forward to this. It looks great." Yada yada yada. Totally understood. Totally understood. But we got a little bit of an issue suddenly, because this is how it goes with Disney. The moment that, you know, you see something you're maybe a little bit excited about, well, then we get this right here from X-Men Updates. Morph's characterization in X-Men 97. This is a lighter take on the character, who is non-binary and has an interesting buddy relationship with Wolverine. The character's past with Mr. Sinister, the show's villain, could also come into play. And boom, done. See you later. It's over. I retweeted this. Simply put, fuck this show. Again,
I don't know,
Disney.
man.
What do you expect?
Extra.
We saw Bob Iger the other day. We saw the leaked call from Bob Iger. Again, let me play that for you. The leaked call from Bob Iger the other day, where he puts it all into perspective right here. Bob Iger says it.
About this eloquently since he's become CEO. I'll say a couple of things about it. You know, we've tended to shy away from politics. And in doing so, I think we've shied away from talking about issues that aren't political at all, like the issues that we're talking about today. Because we believe in doing so, maybe it looks like we're taking a stand. Well, in that reality, we should be taking a stand. By the way, I take responsibility for this. I was CEO for 15 years. And so I manage the company's public-facing processes and how we were portraying ourselves. And I think that we have to be less cautious, as Bob, I think, was just alluding to, about such things, and not be concerned, like just commenting about what happened in Washington last week. That's not political on our part at all. We know that what we saw was fundamentally wrong, and that it was rooted in hatred and disrespect and contempt and intolerance. And we should feel free as a company to comment about that without retribution.
That's Bob Iger. He also says Hey, we did Black Panther. How great are
A
we?
great example of that, or Tiana, or of course, Black Panther is one of the great examples of that. I allowed those things to make me feel a bit complacent in a sense. It's not that I wanted to be that way, but I thought, wow, we did Black Panther. How great are we?
And that is Bob Iger's mentality. So, yeah. So, again, for those that are excited about X-Men 97, don't let me rain on your parade. Go for it. Be excited for it. Love it. Have at it. I've been through this way too many times with Disney and Hollywood and all of this. And there was some nostalgia bait in that trailer for sure. And I don't have a problem with nostalgia as long as it's nostalgia for the right reasons and not meant to pull you in so that they can then push their nonsense. And that is what we're going to see with X-Men 97. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Solo lost money. Raylos are weird. Fuck Disney. And we will talk to you later.
Okay. They're saying I did a reaction. I was excited, and already it's too woke.
Moonpig's the place where
I did a
cards
reaction
come
if you want to check
life.
it out, but
Show off your
I thought it was
shared
good,
memory.
man. But now they're saying, oh, did he changed the title? A minute ago, it said Wolverine is gay or something. Like, they're saying they're making Wolverine gay, but he realized that's clickbait, so I better change it. Let me just double check that shit. Yeah, 2 hours ago. Yeah. He changed the title. A minute ago, that said, Wolverine's gay! Woke trash! But, yeah. I thought the trailer was good, though.
Marvel finally released a trailer and a release date for their upcoming X-Men 97 revival. I've got mixed feelings on this show because, for one, every time they try to do this, it never works out very well. I kind of wish that these companies would leave old properties alone, especially this one. The old X-Men animated series is amazing. Still holds up, actually. I rewatched it 2 years ago, and I loved it. It was at the time, and it still kind of holds up better than the Spider-Man animated series, which suffers from that CGI, but that's still a good show too. I bet you if this show does well, they bring back and finish the animated series, because that show also ended on a cliffhanger.
I might have to game
Totally,
it.
if
I
they
can't
do
just
that,
sit and
they
watch
ditch
this.
that CGI.
I
So,
can't sit and watch. I ain't got really got much
trailer
to say
came
on
out,
this yet.
it's getting well received. You can go through it a little bit. This is from the old cliffhanger where everyone is saying that Charles Xavier is dead. They even bury him in this, but from what I remember, the Shi'ar Empire came and said they could fix him and save him. So I don't know what's going on there. They're gonna save his mind and put him in his brother's body, like they did in the movies. I don't know, but
Oh God!
most of the voice actors are back. Though Cal Dodd is back as Wolverine. A lot of people have been talking about his voice sounding off. That's because he's older now. People's voice change. Also, it'll take them a while to get their voices back to what they were. I mean, they haven't played these characters in a long time. So it takes a while to get back into the groove. But that's him. The only one that has notably changed is Jubilee, because the voice actress decided to get woke and say, I'm not Asian, so I shouldn't be playing this role.
Oh my God!
So
Really?
that is a new voice actress, even though the original could have played her. There's no problem. But for the most part, the trailer was fine. I liked most of it. You know, we'll see. I would like to be optimistic, though there's some things going on here that raise red flags to me, and I'm going to go over them. Notably, the showrunner, who has said some pretty crazy stuff over the past few years. I've covered some of those in videos. Maybe we'll do an update on him later, but the biggest thing I want to talk about is Morph, because that is Morph over there by Wolverine. They're going with his changeling look. So Morph is actually an original character.
3 to 11. Morph is an original character, eh? Interesting. Let me see if I can put this here. What the hell? Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. What? What the? What's it playing
For
like that?
X-Men 97, he's based on the character
based, huh?
Changeling from the comics. And they're going back to that look now. This is a picture of him over on Wikipedia. You see he kind of resembles this look now. They're just combining him. I don't know if they've ever said his real name in the show. I don't remember those details, but this is him from 616. They even have it right. Changeling, Earth 616, Morph, Earth 1081, which I'm guessing is the X-Men 97
I see a red flag
universe.
in trailer number 1. Why newspaper
not
have
sure,
mutants
but
fashion show at number 2?
This is
Pregnant
what he looks
Jean
like in
better
the
not
comics,
get in
and
a
that's
battle.
the
Well, she
look
was
we're going
refereeing,
with.
so they stopped
The
her from
reason that
getting
he
in a
probably
battle.
looks like this,
Or at least
is
getting her
because
playing
Mr.
a
Sinister
heavy sports
messed
game.
with him in the series.
Sad thing is, like, I just watched Geeks and Gamers video as well. The sad thing is, oh man, all this woke stuff has got our heads fucked up, man. Like, we're gonna be criticizing every little thing now as woke. I mean, when you come out with the '97 X-Men, people are gonna be on your case about it. And the worst thing is, they barely care. Before I would have said they don't care at all, but with Deadpool and even this, they're making this. Maybe they care a little bit, or some people there care a little bit, but they barely care about not pissing off the anti-woke people, you know? That's the thing, they barely care. So even if we don't like any little thing that they do that's anti-woke, they're just going to call us haters anyways. But yeah, man, like, give it a chance at least. But at the same time, in another breath, it just seems like if you give them an inch, they just take a flipping mile. If you'd be like, oh, okay, fine, Morph is non-binary, that's cool. But then next thing you know, in the finale, like Wolverine and him are having a big snog or something, you're like, oh. And then the anti-woke people be like, this is what we told you. They were going to make Wolverine gay. They were going to turn the Wolverines gay. Yeah, give him an inch, they take a mile.
And did things to him, so he probably has that look now. That's probably his look now. And maybe he was just always hiding it. Now he doesn't care. I don't know. But the biggest thing that's been breaking is this.
I don't blame you for being
so
worried.
this, I guess, is
This
actually
is what
old
he's talking
news.
about.
But X-Men Updates here put it out, and now it's getting talked about. This is apparently from the showrunner. Morph's characterization in X-Men 97. This is a lighter take on the character who is non-binary and has an interesting buddy relationship with Wolverine. The character's past with Mr. Sinister, the show's villain, could also come into play. As far as I know, in the comics and in the X-Men 97 show, he was him, and this was never a thing. So this is a change for the show, unless I'm wrong, unless in some book he's non-binary and was using they, them pronouns. This is a modern political insertion into this show. I guess maybe they can do whatever they want with Morph because he doesn't have a lot of lore.
You got to stay
not
true.
Really that. He's not
Got to stay
really
true to the
that
original, haven't you?
popular. As far as I know, like nobody's ever talking about their greatest Morph moments or Changeling moments, other than what that time he impersonated Professor X. So this is clearly done because one,
Diversity quota.
Disney modern bullshit. Whether or not this ruins the show or anything, I don't know, but they're going to be using they, them pronouns when they talk to him. And I'm going to guess because that was never established in the original show, they're going to take a moment to explain and lecture to why he's changing those pronouns. It'll probably be a subplot of an entire episode. That would be my guess.
I
Now,
don't think they'll do that.
a
I
lot
thought
of
they'll
people,
just change
including
it.
myself, were trying to find this because, as Carol Lynn here says, she couldn't find this quote in either of the Empire Online articles. It was in this one from AIPT. AIPTcomics.com had the San Diego Comic-Con from 2022. And during that, I guess the showrunner says this, too, Morph is non-binary. And the showrunner says he specifically changed the pronouns for Morph to they, them in his presentation and expressed that Morph is taking on a new persona with their changeling look. So he purposely changed this, which makes me wonder what the hell else is he going to change? He didn't change Magneto, by the way. This is a suit he had, and he was headmaster for a little while in the comics. It's right here. They actually have it. He was trying to change, and it was actually a pretty interesting run when he was involved with the X-Men. But
Oh, Tyron
that's
Magnus
what's
has
going
found
on. I
out
don't
about
like
it.
that.
We didn't waste
Where
no
you
time.
specifically change shit, because that's not how he was in the show.
I don't know why Tyron makes me laugh, but I gotta watch his reaction now.
We're developing an app with a freelancer
Oh,
on
these
Fiverr.
ads, man.
There's something about the way that I
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Not even a few minutes. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Not even a few minutes.
That's what I said. Like, it's like, it took 2 seconds. I was excited. If you watch my trailer reaction, I was excited. I was like, oh, this looks good. It might, I mean, it looks a bit janky here and there with this modern day animation crap, but it looked good. As soon as it's out, there's like, woke, it's woke. But is that the grifters or is that just Disney? Probably a bit of both. It always is a bit of both, isn't it?
Minutes. They woke it up. So, I was sitting here hoping after seeing that trailer. And then all of a sudden the comments started to flood in.
You can hear the street fight in the background.
The emails, the tags started to flow in. They're like, wait a minute, Tyrone. Take a look at the bald guy standing to the left in the effeminate stance. That there is Morph. And he's not binary.
Effeminate stance.
So I went to looking. Now, I got to tell you something, Disney. My LGBTQ followers have been telling me for years that they are so sick and tired of being gay baited. So sick and tired. It sticks out like a red thumb. They know what you're
Like
doing.
a red thumb.
It's the same as when you switch a character from any other ethnicity to being black. I know what you're doing. So I'm supposed to, with buck teeth and lip out, they made them black. That means I'm supposed to want to watch it. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. They're sick and tired of being gay baited. Just like me as a black person, I'm sick and tired of you turning everybody black thinking that that's going to make everything better. It doesn't make everything better. Just like when you promote Chadwick Boseman, and we can see his face on a poster over here, but as soon as you take it to China, you cover his face. I'm sick of this stuff. Sick of it, okay? I'm in the entertainment industry. I got into an industry that has been ruled by the LGBTQ for decades. I have no problem with the LGBTQ community. I have family, friends, and co-workers and clients at times that have all been LGBTQ plus AI, IA, whatever you want to say.
AI.
That rhymes. I like to play hate the game. Bars. Plenty of great people. You know what? LGBTQ plus IA, they're all just like the rest of us. There's a lot of them that are good and some of them that are bad. That's how most people are. Most people are great people. Some people are bad people. And what most people, just like most people are good people, most people hate being pandered to. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? This had to have been in development for at least a year. It was probably been in development for a year, 2 or 3. So that means it was in development back when they were full on board surfing that tidal wave of wokeness. So part of me was just like, I'm just hoping that they edit and they make it so that they make some money and they make everyone happy. Now, Morph was introduced around 92 from what I understand. He wasn't a character. I was reading off and on then. From what I understand, when I was reading the comics, he wasn't homosexual or LGBTQ, non-binary. He was none of that. But I looked it up. It was introduced in 2013. So they changed it. What have I told you guys to stop doing? Stop fundamentally changing these characters. Okay? So, whatever race they originally were, that's what they should be. Okay? Everything else about their character should stay relatively the same. Yes, we know little things here and there can change about characters as they evolve. But we know that you're not doing it just because people change. Just because people evolve. We know you're doing it for one specific reason. Check box. We know why you're doing it. Just because something was in the comics doesn't make it a good idea. Okay? Now, she had that short haircut. She had the mohawk and everything. But the thing is, with Disney's history, people know that they're not...
What'd you say? Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it disconnects like that for some reason.
Giving her that haircut because she just used to wear it. Everyone knows why. Check box. Now everyone has been writing in the comments, they bet you Cyclops does not last long as their leader. They bet you that he dies or steps down and then Storm leads. Now, Storm did lead before. The problem is people
What? Cyclops.
know why you're doing it. They know why. They know why. You are set up to lose millions again. Billions again. Why keep doing this? Man, I don't know what I tell you, Bull. But I'm gonna watch it, and I will be reviewing. I will watch it and review it. I will give you every detail that I can.
Did it just start again?
Will absolutely
25 minutes
review
ago,
it
that can't be.
with the utmost honesty, as I always have. My honesty has gained me subscribers and lost me woke subscribers. It's lost me a lot of woke subscribers, and I don't care. I don't care. If I never get to 10 million subscribers for being honest and being me, so be it. The majority of the people on this planet don't have a problem with different races, okay, with different sexualities. The problem is when you're preachy and you're forcing it on us and it sticks out like a red thumb and we know what you're doing. It's just like in the WWE, just like when they used to push certain guys. When we didn't want them pushed, we wanted Daniel Bryan pushed. We didn't want Roman Reigns pushed. So because we didn't want Roman Reigns pushed, people spoke out. And would you get called haters? They try to shame you. Oh, you're just mad. You're a hater. When we didn't want John Cena and we wanted other guys like Daniel Bryan. You're just a John Cena hater. You just, yeah. When they know that's not the truth, they know the majority of the fans wanted Daniel Bryan. They knew that he was the most popular, but the machine, the company was moving in a particular direction. It's the same thing with this. It's like these wrestlers on their own, there was nothing really wrong with them, but it's not what people wanted. But now, and that wasn't even political. That was such a much less of an issue. Now, you're in politics, right? And there was that Bob Iger video that was let out the other day where, he was talking about, being political. And
When you're launching a new product with a tight deadline,
Damn.
2 weeks?
Grammarly's tone suggests
What is going Right. Damn. Well, that killed my fun for that. There goes the X-Men. It's now woke. Well, I hope not, but it's not a good sign. Usually it starts with something little and then it gets worse and worse. So we'll see how it goes. I gave She-Hulk a chance and that turned out trash. I wasn't even thinking She-Hulk was going to be woke and it just got crap. People were calling me a grifter and oh, you're grifting anti-CW. I was like, I actually reacted to She-Hulk, made efforts, edited it. I don't like to watch or react or review anything I don't think I'm going to like. So I always thought I was going to like She-Hulk and then it turned out to be trash. So I hope X-Men doesn't have the same fate, man. But yeah. What else is going on? Speaking of someone that says, what are we talking about? Or what else is going on? We can see Cody Rhodes. And he finally called out The Rock. What's this segment? 6-8, yeah, I saw that.
Stop trying to sell your courses or coaching programs
Don't
at
know
the
if
end of a
anyone's been
webinar. There's a new
following
way, a
the
better way. It's
WWE.
called
Lexington, Kentucky.
I think it's crazy how this whole The Rock situation and Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns shit has been going on. It's crazy how it's all played out. Like, they bring The Rock back thinking everyone's going to love it, but it's taking away Cody's story. And then everyone hates The Rock, says he's a wannabe. Oh, he's not a wannabe, he's a has-been. He's coming back and taking the spots from the up-and-coming guys and all that shit that they always talk about in the IWC. And next thing you know, he's loved again because he took on all that criticism and decided, all right, y'all going to hate me, I might as well turn heel, unlike John Cena. And yeah, now this is where we are. Everyone's excited for this. No more dislikes. They had loads of dislikes before. Let's check it out.
What do
we talk about? I don't even see this. What do we want to talk about?
I believe.
I don't know if you watch the game of 23-23, but he always makes fun of that. It is kind of irritating. It's like, it's the most lamest intro ever, but somehow, no matter how crap some it is, if you do it consistently, it just becomes epic after a while.
We could talk
What do you want to talk
how
about?
In the main event at WrestleMania 40, I will be challenging for the undisputed.
Oh yeah, I just realized something. This is gonna get my whole thing nuked, isn't it? Shit. Oh man, can't even react to WWE stuff. This is gonna get my whole thing. Maybe I shouldn't even watch this right now. Or I might have to just watch this off screen or something. Like, I might have to show you something else. Can I put a timer on here or something? See if I can add like a timer. I forgot how to do that. I ain't done that in ages. Yeah, let's not bother reacting to this. Looks like we're not going to talk about anything right now, Cody. I'm going to have to react to this another time. Well, I'm not going to get struck. Because WWE videos, man. I don't want my live stream to get destroyed. Okay. So what do you want to talk about? What else is going on? Taylor Swift torched by Candace Owens. Don't care about Taylor Swift. Mission Impossible. It's cooking. Let's see what Jeremy Johns thinks about
That's
Madam
right,
Web.
a web of fun, interesting characters, sporting unique abilities, traversing an interesting world. I am, of course, talking about the sponsor of this video, winner of Best Mobile
What's
Game of
going
the
on,
Year,
Kedge?
Game
You
Awards,
good?
Honkai
How you
Star
doing,
Rail,
man?
a sci-fi fantasy RPG that just released their most massive update to date, featuring
Be
a
careful if
vibrant
some
new
man might
world
get
called
you, yeah.
Kamikoni, 1920s
He's
aesthetic.
gonna be like, nuke his channel.
I think Great Gatsby
Destroy
makes
him.
exceptions with anime. And the mysterious crystal ball tarot card wielding wind type character Black Swan has entered the fray with their most recent update, sporting some epic damage over time capability.
YouTube has got
With another
ads.
new
YouTube
character named
itself got
Sparkle
ads.
set to make her debut in the 2.0 on screen to receive 50
Right.
Stealth Web is now out. Hopefully you've had the chance to not watch it whatsoever. However, if you did drag a significant other to Madam Web for Valentine's Day, or a significant other dragged you to Madam Web for Valentine's Day, let me be the first to
Have you
welcome
guys seen Madam Web? You guys want to check out Madam Web?
to single life. I'm sure what you had was great while it
I
lasted.
didn't give
That
a
warning
crap
is to
about
say,
Madam
don't
Web,
drag your
man.
date to trash, first and foremost, but also this is my Madam Web spoiler talk video.
The only thing good about Madam Web is probably Sydney Sweeney and even Dakota Johnson to a certain extent. What they wore to the premiere was
Gonna talk about some
was,
spoiler-ish things I
good.
couldn't talk about in my spoiler-free review. Not gonna be a play-by-play or a nitpick-by-nitpick. My god, one could make a nitpick video about Madam Web that's twice as long as the runtime of Madam Web. Did Cassandra Webb, who is in the movie Wanted for kidnapping 3 high school students, book passage on an airliner in a New York airport 2 years after 9/11? Arguably the most paranoid time in New York travel history, let alone airline history. Yes. How? Don't know, but I guess it happened. Did she end up in, where was it? The Amazon? Colombia? Tropical rainforest? Did she end up out there? Like that? Yes, obviously she does possess the tech that is the transporter from season 8 of Game of Thrones that got everyone from point A to point B in 2 seconds. I want to know the bullshit hand-drawn map that led her to the exact point of her birth in the middle of nowhere. Point is, there's a lot. Then again, in the movie, maybe it does explain how she got
they
there.
made the female look so average compared to their corporate look. Exactly. Let me go and get that shit up real quick.
Funny thing is, you look at the promotional material. Spider ladies, they team up in their suits, and Madam Web, we see her Madam Web suit. No. Spider ladies fighting with superpowers in their spider suits. That is one vision of the future that Ezekiel Sims gets when he dies. Madam Web in her suit, very end, voiceover, prologue, ending. That's like, think about the release of Terminator 2 back in 1991. Imagine the promotional material leading up
This
to
is
the
it.
release, heavily revolving around future John Connor. Like he gets his own poster
Like,
and shit.
that's
Might
worth
seem a
it,
bit
right?
hyperbolic, but for comparison's sake, it does hammer home the point
We
of
could go watch it
dishonest
for this. If
marketing.
they look like this in
That
the
is not
film,
honest
more than worth
marketing
it.
for the movie Madam Web. My grievances in the film don't revolve around this.
All right,
This is
let's.
worth mentioning.
How
It's
is?
worth bringing up. Movie's
Bro,
not
I don't even know if I
garbage
can put this
with
on
or without
YouTube, man. What the?
But it's still stupid. Studios got to stop that.
Jesus,
so sorry
like,
to
they were
inform the
dressed up
internet,
like. Where's the meme? I saw some really
99.99%
funny
of the
meme.
movie, other than one vision of the future, is not.
I saw some
Sydney
really
Sweeney's
funny
spider
meme.
onesie. Also, I feel like I have to explain because I called the 3 girls in the movie.
I saw some proper funny meme of that. Where can I find it now?
Called them Jane Connors. Jane is the female version of John in the case of John Doe and Jane Doe. So John Connor, they're Jane Connors. I thought it was clever at the time. Also, why does Ezekiel? I
Look
also
at
see
this. This is crazy. Not that. Where did it go? Oh yeah, yeah. This is crazy. Man removed from Madam Web screening from masturbating to Sydney Sweeney. They tried to get the men. If they had advertised it like this, then maybe they would have got more people in the seats, man. More at least males in the seats. I don't know, but they don't want to sell to us like that.
Y'all are crazy. He is one handsome man, I gotta say, zipping around in his Corvette. That's the main difference right there. I'm more of a Camaro ZL1 guy myself. But why does he deserve death? I get it, he killed Cassandra Webb's mom. He's a bad guy. But why in the future do these 3 spider superpowered ladies get together and they're like, I think this is the day we break into this guy's loft and drop him off a roof and murder him. Why not? What do you say? Like, are they heroes or are they assassins? That's a very anti-hero thing to do. Also, how does Ezekiel Sims dress up in his spider suit? How does he do it? Does he wear it under his tuxedo? It's pretty bulky looking. Doesn't look like he's wearing anything under the tuxedo.
Even his review is boring me right now, and I like that way better than the going to go watch the flipping thing. I can't even. Let's see.
Want to spend more time keeping track of the little things?
Let's go through Charlie's
tools
review.
help you stay organized.
Madam Web is a movie a lot of people wrote off pretty quickly. The trailers are abominable. Let's not, beat around the bush here.
I know, right?
The press tour that Dakota Johnson
like back in the days, it was. He's about to talk about it, isn't he? Back in the days, it was. They looked more like conservative in the press tours, and in the films they were extra sexy, and they were asking them, "What's it like having to dress sexy like that in a movie?" Now it's the opposite way around. It's hilarious.
Who was the lead for this film? Was a real head scratcher because she just openly seemed to despise the film with the way she talked about it. One of her interviews, she's like, I don't even know if the movie's good. And spoiler alert, turns out it wasn't. So
she said that in the flipping... No way did she say that.
Maybe she really can see the future because she knew this one was a super stinker. This movie is
that supposed to be a joke or something?
And this film was produced by some of the best in the business, Matt Sazama and Burke Sharpless. Those might not be household names, but I promise you're familiar with their work. Their resume is nothing but heaters. Dracula Untold, Last Witch Hunter, Gods of Egypt, Power Rangers, Morbius, and Madam Web. They are, without any exaggeration, undoubtedly the Kobe Bryant and Shaq of producing dog shit movies. They only write horrible garbage, and somehow they keep getting worse. Now, I wouldn't say this film is worse than Morbius, but I would say it's just as bad. It's not better. It is just exactly the same as Morbius in terms of how dog shitty it is. So it's really impressive that throughout this decade of Matt Sazama and Burke Sharpless working in Hollywood, they have somehow found a way to start awful and find new ways of getting worse at it. And then accidentally making the Power Rangers movie that was at least pretty decent. I didn't hate that one. But everything else, everyone hates for the most part. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's talk about Madam Web here.
I don't know, it's probably all the whole ESG, trying to get, fill all the quota boxes and all that kind of stuff, man. I honestly have no clue why they keep doing this.
So I'm not clairvoyant, but I think everyone's going to dislike this one because there's almost nothing to like about it. The actors and actresses in here, they really don't seem to try very hard at all, save for a couple of scenes, which I think probably were some of the first scenes that were shot when the script was different. As I understand it, this script went through a lot of changes from when Dakota signed on to what eventually got puked out onto the big screen here. So I think some of the good scenes where the performances are actually giving a shit about what's going on were probably from the original shoots before everything got ruined somewhere along this messy journey. But for the most part, you're not even really watching superheroes versus supervillains. You're watching zombies kind of just speak at each other occasionally. It's like you're watching performances from people that are sleepwalking through their lines. There's really no true effort. And it's clear from the very beginning of this film.
It seems in 2024 it's going to be the same like 2023. More bad movies, streaming shows, and computer games. Probably. I tried to keep look at the best of it all. I was excited for X-Men. That still has a chance, but everyone's already calling it woke. Deadpool and Wolverine seems to be going quite well. I don't think I've heard a bad word about that yet. Even Critical Drinkers, looking forward to that. I got my video on that. And The Tomb Raider game looks pretty good, though. People have said that's a bit woke with the trigger warnings and all that kind of shit. Like about trigger warnings, about there could be cultural depictions that are insensitive for today's modern audience and all that crap. And then, yeah, but Tomb Raider, other than that looked alright. Tekken 8 was good. Tekken 8's pretty good. I might play that in a bit. Yeah. Otherwise, everything. We'll see what else goes on in 2024.
I wrote notes in the beginning because I couldn't believe what I was watching, and then at some point I got hypnotized and stopped writing notes. And then at the very end, after everything had happened, the dust started to settle as it was like wrapping itself up in the last 2 minutes. I just instantly fell asleep. Like I didn't even feel myself getting tired. My eyes just closed, and I was out for like 3 minutes until Aaron, who went with me, was like, "Charlie, you're sleeping." I was like, "Oh my god." I didn't even know. Like, my body shut down from, like, how confused I was that this movie...
We get Madam Web sucks. He's, go on about that. Madam Web looks like it's going to be trash. I was curious about this guy's video. Just some guy. Yeah, I didn't like his George R. Martin video, man.
Saying it was all just a haha.
A story of arrogance and grifting. Damn, 50 minutes long. I ain't got time for that. Let's see what Justin.
Hey, you have an hour this week, right? Yeah. Great. I can teach you how to play 100 songs on piano in an hour. No.
If you're going to make something for a specific audience, the worst thing you can do is compromise and make concessions to those who are not the target audience in the name of fairness. Tell them to leave and find what they want somewhere else.
So this is just some guy's video. When creators gatekeep, it's not for you. I haven't seen this yet, but we're going to do a live reaction to this now. I didn't like his George R. Martin anti-fan video because it seemed a bit like didn't make no sense. Like, he's saying George R. Martin's right, that the anti-fans ruin everything, talk about how woke everything is and how lame everything is, and they just want to hate, which might be true to a certain extent, but there's a reason for that, because all our stuff was good at one point. It was good. There was a time where everything was good, and then all of a sudden these people came in and ruined it and wrecked all the stuff we used to watch and love and the stuff we grew up with, and now it's just not the same as it was, and you can see it clear as day why with the whole ESG stuff. But yeah, let's see what Justin has to say about this.
Well, that sounds like great advice.
In terms of gatekeeping, I used to think gatekeeping was the worst thing you do. You got to let everybody in, let everybody join in and have fun, like be inclusive, as they say. But now it might be time to start gatekeeping these people out of our stuff, out of this nerd stuff, when they don't really care about it. Like when we used to call them fake geek girls and stuff like that, or whatever, or fake geeks. It might be time to keep them out when they don't actually have the love for the product and they're just there to either make money, which is what they used to at least do, which was we could tolerate that, but because at least they know in order to make money they have to make the thing good. But now it's not even about making money, it's just about trying to stick one up the nerds, trying to get one on the nerds or whatever. And I'm just like
I saw this comment on Twitter, and it was similar to something that had been on my mind ever since Tim Sheridan released that video claiming he's trying to own Comicsgate. To repeat the comment, quote, "If you're making something for a specific audience, the worst thing you can do is compromise and make concessions to those who are not the target audience in the name of fair."
Oh yeah, Suicide Squad is Kill Justice League was terrible. Sweet Baby Inc.'s ruin all that, and you forgot Stellar Blade controversy. Well, Stellar Blade is good, but everyone hates the fact that it's going to be fun and good and appealing to men, I guess. Though I'm not really interested in Stellar Blade, but I'm glad that it looks like it's going to be something from the bygone era that looks like it could be fun. But yeah, of course, people are going to start complaining about it and say it's misogynist or whatever else.
Fairness. Tell them to leave and find what they want somewhere else.
Tell them to leave and find
How
it
about
somewhere.
no?
I get where this person is coming from, but it reminds me of a lesson I learned back in college. When I got to pick my classes, I signed up for Introduction to Fiction Writing as soon as I could.
Okay, this looks like a video
I
where
jumped
he's
at the chance
actually
to
on our
finally get
side
people
again.
other than my friends to read my work. They liked my stuff and I didn't think they were lying to me, but I wanted critical feedback. So I typed out some stories, took them to class, had them read by the other students, waited for the recall session where you talk about what worked for you in the story, and bupkis. Crickets. Not a word. They could not have been less interested. Part of that was my fault. I started the scenes midway through the story, so no one had any clue what was happening. Who were these people? Why did they have powers? Why were they fighting? Why was Ragnarok happening in the middle of Chicago? None of that explained. I just dropped people into the middle of the last fight in Avengers Endgame. That was a stupid thing to do, and I learned a lesson. The other part, though, was that the class didn't like sci-fi or fantasy. In fact, most of the students in the department didn't like sci-fi or fantasy. They were into slice-of-life dramas, edgelord drug stories, and the occasional comedy. Throw a dragon of superpowers into the mix, though, and they just tap out. And this wasn't just for the hardcore world-building stuff. The tiniest amount of sci-fi or fantasy would result in dead silence. And this wasn't just for my stories. There were about 2 or 3 other sci-fi fantasy writers in the class, and they got the same reaction. There I was trying to improve as a writer, and I couldn't get any feedback. So I did the only thing that seemed reasonable. I wrote slice-of-life stories. I had some stories that were like that anyway, and those stories got a great reaction and plenty of feedback. And I wasn't the only one who did this. Other sci-fi and fantasy writers did the same thing and got the same response. That told me the problem wasn't our writing. It was the genres we chose. We were dealing with people who simply didn't like sci-fi or fantasy stories. The problem was, that's what I wanted to write. I like those genres. My favorite stories come from those genres. It's what I do, and I didn't want to give that up just to get a response. Sure, I could write more than one story at once, but the idea of not getting feedback on the stories I poured all my energy and passion to bothered me. I wasn't willing to set those stories aside, so when the only thing I worked on for that week was a sci-fi or fantasy story, that's what I turned into class, knowing full well that I wouldn't get much of a reaction. I had to be true to myself and the stories I wanted to tell, instead of trying to compromise the story just to get feedback. Now, I would love to say that eventually people's attitudes changed, but that would be a lie. I took fiction writing classes every semester at Columbia College, and outside of the one fantasy writing
I'm
course...
not sure what he's talking about. I think he's talking about how he's been gatekept from something when he was in college.
I kept getting the same disinterested response. To be fair, though, the teachers were much more supportive. In fact, my first teacher called me several times to make sure I signed up for fiction writing classes, and my third teacher tried submitting one of my stories for the school's annual short story anthology, but they don't publish fantasy. At the time, the one fantasy story in Hair Trigger had been republished in it for nearly a decade. They wouldn't even bring in a new one. But this was a valuable lesson, because it taught me how to deal with people who didn't like my work. I could get angry about it, but that wouldn't change that they just weren't interested, and there really wasn't anything I could do about that. The only thing I could do was tell a story I wanted to tell, and trust that I did it in a way that the people who didn't mind, or actually liked that genre, would enjoy it. I had to take the attitude that if people didn't respond, then these stories just weren't for them, and then move on. After taking classes for years, I wound up in classes with some of the same people again. So
I get what he's talking about now. He's talking about how people should respond when something's not for them, you know, rather than like trying to ruin it for everyone else. Everyone else should like it, but I don't think this is a video I need to watch right now. The other video about George R. Martin is what I needed to talk about, but I feel like that's done now. I don't even have a like thing to say about that. What's this guy?
Hey
oh,
gang,
God.
I'm YouTube Corbin Blue, and you're watching.
Nah, you ain't YouTube Corbin Blue, man. You're YouTube. What's his name? You're YouTube Trevor Noah. Where is he? Where is he not showing up all of a sudden? He's not showing up. I'm trying to get YouTube Trevor Noah on here. What the fuck just happened? Okay, here we go.
Watching YouTube channel. Yeah, I know it's been a minute since I've posted, but I've just been really busy with researching this video, so... Research.
You got some dislikes as well. Why does everyone drag out their videos now? I'm losing my patience. Synthetic Man, shits on Spider-Man 2. He's trying to hell yeah.
Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we
This guy got 2K subscribers, gets tons of views, and he's talking about woke and anti-woke. So this is like the anti-Saladino.
Today we're going to be talking about a little game called Spider-Man 2. It's upside down. We're going to cut that out. No, we're not going to be talking about that one.
He hasn't made a point yet. We're like a minute in.
A weird group of people. Whoa, it's so new and different. I've never done that before. And try to guess what they're mad about, what they're calling it. Not the title of the video. Don't look at the title of the video. Here, I'll spell it out for you. It's WOKE. I got something sent on Pinterest. You guys want to see?
How old is this kid, man?
Focus, camera. Fuck. It's Finn smoking Jake out of a bong. Like, Jake is a bong. We smoking that.
Happens is in an early mission where some multiracial street gang is robbing a...
Don't just say, oh, this white guy. They just say this guy. I wonder why that is.
Multiracial street gang BIPOC murals. Yes, the game drops that word multiple times, and its pronunciation in the game is enough to make me physically ill. The principal of Miles' school is a sassy black woman with no hair. The game forces a deaf black girl with zero personality as Miles' love interest.
You help some black woman find her grandpa, but it gets much worse than that. There's another quest where you help some old black guy. There's a lot of story-based side quests in this game that are tagged with the superhero app that this fat Asian kid named Genki made for you.
Yeah, I probably read like 5 comic books
obvious reasons.
like since
Insomniac just straight up told
maybe
you
2020 or
should
something.
replace Peter because he's better in every way, and he's also an oppressed minority, and he's very cultured. Spider-Man comes across some gun goons who are the least diverse enemy group in the game.
Using synthetic man as your arbiter of what's anti-woke or woke is not a good.
They're
idea,
not
though.
only mostly white, but they are pretty much all men, and they're jacked, which just made me like them more and want to be part of their club.
Oh, he's made this
Miles'
video
mom is
already.
dating some dorky
The
fat
original
Asian
Spider-Man.
guy, and his daughter is Cindy Moon, aka Silk. So we're now going to have 3 Spider-Men in the next one. Instead of Spider-Gwen, it's going to be Silk. Because it wasn't enough to have a minority Spider-Man, we now also need a woman Spider-Man. In fact, just fucking kill Peter Parker already. I'm tired of this bullshit. This story fucking sucks. But what's actually hilarious about this mission,
gonna make a counterpoint?
2 things. First of all,
'Cause right now I'm
you
just
can
agreeing with
actually
synthetic
turn on
man.
audio for this deaf girl that's being read by a real deaf person, which is very unintentionally hilarious, and I made the most lowbrow humor jokes imaginable here.
Black history and black futurism. The girl pink reflect better in person. Iconic.
My futurism. I want my futurism. Wakanda forever.
Happy feet. One more combo.
Who thinks this is funny? Like, I'm about to box you.
The fact that he edited some people getting triggered by what he said is is what makes it even more funny. Like he succeeded in triggering people.
Oh, 2, you're surprised that Spider-Man is not a big fan of guns, like most superheroes aren't fans of guns. And I wonder if Peter would be a fan
Out of all that, that's
you
what
know,
you're attacking.
the very thing that killed his uncle.
Whose idea was it to have a gun club in the city? I think I'm gonna start a petition. Replace all the gun clubs with something better. Like a compliment club. Compliments
Replace all the gun clubs with compliment clubs.
don't hurt anyone, and they're free.
Compliments don't hurt anyone and they're free.
I think I'm onto something. Less guns, more compliments.
I think I'm on something. Less guns, more compliments.
Is this nigga serious?
They all cut it off at a certain point for like a weird narrative that they're trying to do. He's telling jokes. You know the thing that Spider-Man does? What the fuck? Are you stupid? None of these people understand.
I mean, he said that they cut it off at a certain point, but you're picking them like the gun argument, that people don't like the gun argument because it seems woke. Out of all the other criticisms, I think in my video, I don't think I mentioned the whole gun thing once. I noticed that people move on with Spider-Man 2, PS4. Even PS5, PS4. Does it come out on PS4? I'm not even actually sure. But yeah, people move on from that now. But this guy, apparently not this guy though. He uploaded this 2 days ago.
Of course he's British. Sorry if I have any.
I guess it's kind of smart for him to come out. Like, he's only got 185 dislikes versus 1K likes. So he's smart to come out with this now when people aren't really like gonna come at him hard for this.
Viewers, but I'm sure you understand. You know, because British people tend to be more likely like this. They don't really like trans people. I'm just gonna say that.
British people don't really like trans people. He clearly hasn't been to
Even when
Britain.
you're
Man.
trying to protect the city, you're chastising people at a gun club who are trying to protect themselves while you're throwing cars at villains. And it's absurd to see that take being made when you're a superhero skirting around the law, using weapons, using super technology to protect yourself in the city, but people in this game can't protect themselves with guns.
Yeah,
illegal guns that
type
they
on my
own.
phone. Oh, okay, yeah. No worries, man.
Fucking civilians getting legal guns. The little mission that you do where you're beating up those guys is a illegal.
I guess Spider-Man could have said, why don't you get a legal gun? Or why couldn't you just get a gun legally?
Gun
But it's not, this is just trivial crap.
with criminals. So what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't think anyone said him
So now you're
apologizing
back.
as
You
woke.
weren't here earlier.
That's just simplifying the argument.
Oh, you're in the bathroom? Ah, shit, my bad. So apparently, Peter's a beta cock loser soy boy for apologizing to MJ. Peter, at some point, gets the symbiote suit, and you know, he goes all bully Lowenthal on them, and it's pretty cool, pretty good shit. I mean, like, not the horrible shit that he said. He does say bad shit, and he's not very nice, because, you know, symbiote suit.
It's no wonder your family left you. You're not strong enough.
So he's
damn.
apologizing for that, which is valid.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry, Luigi. It's for the fans.
The guy that he's looking at is another YouTuber that I'm going to be talking about.
Oh, he's going to talk about
He's
Kyle. Oh,
probably the worst
shit.
one out of all of them.
So you can see some of the dialogue
Probably.
here. Peter Parker says to Mary Jane, "I'm sorry, MJ, I took you for granted." Or you can also say to her, "I'm sorry I caused you so much pain." And so you're constantly apologizing to women in this game. It's
Apologizing to women in this game is woke.
So he decides to be racist and or at least some kind of prejudice, I don't know, while defending that kind of shit.
Starting to think woke is just something you don't like.
men are effeminate, they're not dry.
Saying sorry is effeminate. Feminine.
Well, what's the context? Depends what you're saying sorry about. It could be effeminate if you're saying sorry for the wrong thing. If you're saying sorry all the time, or constantly saying it.
Masculine dude. You do know that, right?
They're not driving, they're not in control as men should be. Men are essentially complete cucks. And
Honestly,
they'll
though, these two sound just as bad as each other.
do whatever the boss women want in what essentially amounts to feminist propaganda.
Right out the gates. I should have let him finish. Right out the gates.
Should have known this Trevor Noah guy is going to act just like Trevor Noah as well.
This video is a mess. I didn't know how to format this one. Not gonna lie, that's why I took this long. There's a lot of shit that I found, and I found too much, and I fell down a rabbit hole, and I hate my life. Okay, we're gonna take a break from fucking Dan TDM from Temu.
I can't watch this video anymore, man. I can't watch this video. It's killing me. I can't watch it. What else is going on? What do we want to talk about? What else is going on? I just want entertainment to be normal. Exactly, man. That's what we want. Not all this. But like I said before, and what he's gonna jump on now, the anti woke crowd, I guess you could call it, is the fact that we're gonna complain about anything we complain about is gonna be seen as woke or anti woke rather. It's getting confusing now because there's complainers complaining about the complainers now. What is normal entertainment anymore, man? I don't even know. What does it even look like anymore? Oh shit! The Metal Gear Solid movies lost Oscar Isaac. This sounds good to me.
The Metal Gear Solid movie has kept us waiting long enough, and you might have to wait even more, as it seems the movie could have lost its actor for Solid Snake, Oscar Isaac, according to industry insider Daniel Richtman, a renowned industry leaker who has a track record of being mostly reliable.
I hope they've lost Oscar Isaac. Thank God for that, because you know who'd be better? Scott Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's son. He's the spitting image of Solid Snake. And he's probably still young enough to do it as well. I don't know why they were thinking to cast Oscar Isaac in the first place. He just doesn't have the vibes for me, man. Like, I mean, apart from not necessarily being the right race, that he could probably pass for white, but no one actually plays white anymore these days, you know. If someone's Latino and they're casting a white role, it's very unlikely they're going to play the white role because of, you know, they're worried about backlash. But yeah. Oscar Isaac, I love him. He's a sick actor. He's a great actor, but I don't think he's right for, you know, blue-eyed white boy Solid Snake. I don't know. I think Scott Eastwood's better. Yeah.
In trailer release dates. Oscar Isaac has been officially attached to the project for over 3 years, after the actor had expressed interest in portraying Snake during an IGN interview for one of his movies, Triple Frontier.
Metal Gear Solid.
Let me write in the comments.
Really?
Scott Eastwood.
I'm throwing my hat in for that one.
Who'd you play?
Snake, man.
And while Oscar is definitely a great actor, the casting received mixed reactions from the Metal Gear community, with many fans being in favor
I think
of the choice.
maybe they're realizing all
Others
this
not so
woke
much,
castings
while
are
naming
not
who they would
working
have
anymore. Not that Oscar Isaac's woke, but like his casting would be seen as that, and then now it's starting to slowly lose its popularity.
For the role. If this insider information is to be believed, it's interesting to think what could have led Oscar Isaac to no longer be attached. Whether it's a case of the actor being no longer interested as the project could be taking long, or maybe a script which he didn't like, or perhaps a casting change by the overall development. Having said that, as with every leak or insider information, until we have official confirmation by director Jordan Vogt Roberts, Konami, or Sony Pictures, take this news with a pinch of salt for now. If this really is happening though, then it could possibly mean two things. Either the project is moving forward in some shape or form, or the fate of the Metal Gear Solid movie might not be looking so good. Either way, as fans, we still look forward to any future updates, whether this information is indeed true or not, and of course, if the movie is still happening. What are your thoughts on this? And who do you think could play Snake if not Oscar Isaac?
Scott Eastwood.
Do you think features Alan Ritchson could pull it off greatly?
Oh, he's a bit too big.
Or Jensen Ackles?
Nah.
Let us know.
Jensen Ackles might work. I could see Jensen Ackles pulling that off. I mean, apparently this guy's not that great of an actor, but and I don't know what these movies are going to be like, but he looks so much the part. Let me see if I can get this up. This guy, he just looks the part of Solid Snake. Like, tell me this guy don't look like Solid Snake. And these are probably younger pictures as well. Now, if you type in Scott Eastwood, Solid Snake, his dad, Clint Eastwood, could be Big Boss, but he's a bit too old for that now. Look how much, oh, that is perfect casting right there. I think this guy should be Solid Snake, man. And it's just this acting. I don't know if I feel like they should get. So I know Liquid and Solid as twins, and technically you should probably play both, which they could easily do nowadays. But I feel like maybe you should get a different actor for Liquid Snake that just kind of looks similar to this guy. Yeah, I think technically he should play both, but I don't know. I kind of don't. If he could probably pull off the gruff military guy enough that it's okay, even if he's not that great of an actor, because the look is just perfect. But the campy evil villain Liquid Snake twin brother, I don't know if he'll do that. He can even do the English accent. So I'd rather they cast someone else, like maybe Toby Stevens. Toby Stevens was my fan casting years ago, but he's probably too old now. Where is he? But he's probably, that's not Toby Stevens. Where is he? Is it Toby Stevens? Yeah, this guy. I thought this guy would make a good Liquid Snake, but I think he's probably too old now. These are probably old pictures. If you listen to how he speaks, if you watch, what's that movie called? Die Another Day, I think it's called. Yeah, he plays this character, Gustav Graves. That is basically Liquid Snake. The way he speaks, everything. He was like, I was like, this guy needs to be Liquid Snake, man. I don't care if they don't look that much alike. He's got the recessive genes, and he kind of could pass. He could pass for a Snake as well. Like, just give him the long blonde hair if he still looks young enough. But I don't know, man. I don't know what they would do. You could say the English weather made him look different because he grew up in England, right? It made him look different from Scott Eastwood. But yeah, those are my casting choices. I hope they get on doing a casting, because Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater remake coming soon. They could use that to get new. Exactly. And you know how movies do. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but movies just boost everything around it. Look at Miles Morales. No one knew who Miles Morales was 10 years ago. And after the movies came out, and then him in the game, that was it. Everyone knows who the fuck he is now. But they still don't see him as Spider-Man, though. You know. Still don't see him as Spider-Man.
Know in the comment section down below. Thank you all for watching, and most especially all
Okay,
members
I'm gonna
supporting
comment
us
now.
on Patreon. If you're new to this channel and enjoy all things
Toby
Metal
Stevens,
Gear,
Liquid
be sure
Snake.
to like and subscribe for all the latest in MGS content. See you guys in the next video, and as always, it's not over yet. Python and
Scott
Celtic.
Eastwood, Solid Snake. There we go. How long have we been streaming for? About an hour now. Yeah, this is okay. Speaking of Metal Gear Solid, this animation cracked me the hell up the other day.
Hey, Otacon. What's going on? Snake, what did you shoot that guard with? It's that new dart I found in my kit. It's gotta be that fast-acting tranquilizer we were talking about. Snake, that was citric acid. Citric acid? Yes, Snake, citric acid. At the Philanthropy Labs, we've been experimenting on different kinds of acids. Trying to find one that can maybe shut down a Metal Gear. An acid strong enough to shut down a Metal
It gets funnier.
Well, I guess that guard's gonna die then. Damn, I was trying to do it non-lethal this time. Not exactly, Snake. If you used the dart I think you did, there's more to it. Snake, citric acid comes from things like citrus fruits. Like lemons and limes. Back at the Philanthropy Labs, we've been
That's the best bit.
strengthening it by
The old stock footage.
OH bond.
Why was Metal Gear Solid like this? They better do this in the movie.
Made of nanomachines, we can guide this acid.
They just waffle on about nothing in this game, and then it's still the best game ever because it's just so epic.
Thus bringing down a Metal Gear with very little force. Undetected.
Where they just cut to like random crap.
Costs are low too. All the project needs.
If it's not in the film, we riot, man. If it's not in the film, it's woke.
Citric acid is lemon juice, huh? That's right,
Citric
Snake.
acid is lemon juice, huh?
Alright, Snake, you'll have to go check. Go see if that was the citric acid dart. If this guy is out cold, how will I be able to tell? You'll have to flip him over and check his face. His face? If he was injected with the supercharged citric acid, should be obvious on his face.
Should be obvious
That
on
much
his
lemon juice
face.
should cause the rejection response. You'll know it when you see it. Okay, I'll check it out.
That's so stupid. Oh man. What happened to this Too Mad guy? I keep seeing this. That's crazy. I think I've heard of Too Mad. Didn't he make
So
crazy?
I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know that the popular YouTuber Too Mad recently, allegedly, well not allegedly, this seems to be confirmed by TMC and a few other people, that
That's
he passed away
crazy.
at the age of 23. And in case you guys don't know,
I heard of
this
him.
was a huge content creator, over 2 million subscribers. He's known for that meme where he says "Goodnight, girl," falls over. And the reaction that I've seen from people all across social media is mixed. If you've been keeping up with the channel or you've seen other people talk about him, over the last year and a half, he's completely lost his mind. There's some very serious, I don't know if the lawsuit's still ongoing, but he got accused and he admitted to doing some pretty nasty things. I was never a fan of Too Mad. In my opinion,
I think he's like some kind of wild YouTuber. Like, I don't know if he was a prank YouTuber or something like that. But that's just hearing that. Even though I've only watched like maybe a couple of his videos, that's crazy. Hey, what's going on? Nish Theory? Oh, no one's watching.
I really don't care.
Well, I've got some people
I'm
watching.
really going to feel bad for someone who confirmed that he was a weirdo. And
Yeah, get some more people in here.
Was underage, and the reason why I dislike him is not because he's edgy. You know, I don't care about that. Be as edgy as you want. That's not the issue here. The issue
Me
is
and Baron
all
are
the
chilling.
stuff he's done over the last year. I don't know. I can't feel bad for people like this. You know what I mean? It will be the same if, I don't know, EDP dies tomorrow. Or Mini-Lad dies tomorrow.
So you wouldn't like Too Mad then? I didn't know what was going on.
It says YouTuber Too Mad dead at 23, investigated as possible OD.
Overdose. Shit.
About an hour and a half ago.
That ain't
It says
good.
an eerie fact about one of the last things Too Mad appears to have been doing before he passed. According to his Discord page, he was playing Overwatch and seems to not have changed his active status for nearly a week. Law enforcement sources tell us that the internet personality was found unresponsive Tuesday night at his Los Angeles area home. This is after someone called in to ask for a welfare check. So maybe a family member, maybe a friend, they were like, yo, he's not answering me. He's always, because he was pretty terminally online on Twitter. He would, I'm not even kidding, he will tweet like 100 times per day sometimes. And just because I don't like this guy for multiple reasons, it doesn't.
Hey, did you see Daredevil's new suit and Bullseye? Yeah, I think I did check it out. Let's have a look at that real quick. I haven't seen Bullseye though. I hated the new suit. Let me see that shit. That can't be it. This is a concept someone made. Let me see. Daredevil's first look. Okay.
Alright guys, so
Back
we
on
just got
YouTube.
some more Daredevil Born Again set leaks showcasing our first look at Daredevil and Bullseye's new suits. So we've been getting a lot of new set leaks these days for Born Again, like with Foggy and Karen, Foggy getting a glow up, Matt's new girlfriend, White Tiger, Kingpin's back. But now we're actually getting leaks on the suits. Starting off with Bullseye's suit, it looks like it'll be inspired by Marco's Bullseye design. It's definitely not as comic accurate as it could have been because it's lacking the logo, but I'm just happy Wilson's back, man. That's the
Oh man, they got everyone back.
thing.
The original Bullseye.
And keep in mind,
Okay, this has to be canon. This is making me want to watch it. I can't
they only
lie.
had 2 weeks to make this suit. And for all we know, this is
I thought they were just gonna get
homemade
Foggy
suit.
and
We
them
know
lot
nothing
back.
about the show yet. He could get a better suit down the line. Now moving on, we got Daredevil's new
Yeah,
suit.
this
It's
this looks like he's got red trash bags wrapped around him. So why is it shiny like? Maybe it'll look better in the thing. The Boys season 4 final trailer. I'm gonna have to check that out in a second. Whether make it like a reaction thing. Yeah, maybe close up doesn't look that bad actually. But damn, his eyes are red. What the hell? Yeah, it's way too bright. Someone said, I'm glad Marvel have been embracing the bright, accurate, comic accurate suits, like Wolverine's suits and Deadpool's suit is brighter red and this is brighter. I don't know. Some characters, they can stay better dark, but maybe in the actual show it'll look good.
another Tom Hardy Venom scenario.
I might actually
It's a
watch
great design, but it could be
Daredevil,
perfection if
unlike
they
the
just have
other
the
MCU
iconic
shit.
logo. But aside from that, I like how this suit's a lot
Okay,
more
looks better there.
vibrant with the red, and it's a lot more slim compared to the Netflix
I
suit.
don't know, man. The Netflix suit kind of looks way better, man. It kind of looks better, low key. I can't lie. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm feeling the Netflix suit. I didn't like the way it went over his nose though. His nose should be out. Like when it covers the nose, like that, it always looks weird. I think.
I'm very curious to see on what Punisher is gonna look like.
Hey,
But anyways,
John
what do you think of the
Bernthal.
suits?
Well, yeah, it does the job, I guess. Right. Let's check out The Boys season 4 trailer. Might end the stream after this, maybe. 2 months. Oh, here we go. Final trailer. I didn't even know this was a thing. There's so much stuff that came out. This came out on the Super Bowl. I knew I was missing something. Damn, the ads going crazy.
It's an absolute blast, jaw-dropping, and pure fun. The Marvels, now streaming on Disney+.
Regardless of what they think, Homelander and Butcher.
What happened in the last season? I can't even remember. Oh yeah, what's his name? Did they kill Soldier Boy? I can't even remember now. Yeah, let's check this out.
Regardless of what they think, Homelander and Butcher are very similar men in a lot of ways. And in this 4th season,
Oh yeah, I
we have something
forgot.
going on that we've never
Fucking
seen.
Negan's gonna be this
Something that will
season.
change the balance of power in the series forever.
William Butcher.
Homelander is
Yeah, let's do this proper reaction style. Actually, this is fine. Okay.
after blood,
And I think it's about time we finish this pointless chase.
and Billy ain't staying far behind. Whatever you try.
This is a weird trailer. It's like there's interviews in the trailer.
So here's what happens now.
Damn, she's still going.
You're going to tell us every
The head
single
popper
thing
chick.
you see and hear at the tower.
Especially when it comes to Homelander.
Your team. The code name again?
The boys.
Who came up with that shit?
No, it just looks like Negan came into this
can't
world.
just kill everyone.
He looks younger here. What's his name?
If you kill these soups, then
Jeffrey
Bob's
Dean
just gonna
Morgan.
make 1,000
He
more.
looks younger here than he does in Walking Dead.
God attack the country, here we fuck them all.
This is it for you and your precious boys. After this, me and my son will sit on top of your bones, Butcher. And there's nothing that you can do to stop it.
Okay. I miss Soldier Boy already though, man. Soldier Boy was like the best part. The boys should have a plan to finish the show because the show will get boring. Yeah, I was already feeling that energy already, man. Like, how long can we just be worried about what Homelander's gonna do? Because he's gonna have to do it at some point. Like when he's gonna just wreck everyone. When he's just gets pushed to the limit to the point where, what's gonna happen next? But anyway, guys, that's a good stream. And I think we're gonna have to end the stream right now. Yeah, that's my reaction to The Boys season 4 final trailer. If you liked it, please give me a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for notifications, and I'll see you again soon. There's an Invincible season 2 trailer now. I've watched season 2 part 1. I haven't reacted to it, but I haven't edited those videos. So I can be asked, especially because the 4th and final episode that came out, I think that all messed up, and I just couldn't bother to edit the other ones. Thanks, man. I'll probably still be back on the games. I might play some Tekken or should I play Tekken or State of Decay? I don't know. But yeah, man, I'll catch you later, man. Take it easy.